Richland County, to RT, Residential Transition, Richland County, to CG, General Commercial, Town of Irmo. Public hearing is now open for comments. You have 3 minutes if you'd like to make comments about this. It is not a discussion. Please be civil. Please be civil, and thank you, Mike. It is, like I said, it is not a conversation. It's a presentation by the folks who want to say something about this, and we will open it up. I have 3 folks who have signed up, and the first one is Adam Rayner. Adam, will you come up?
Hello, my name's Adam Rayner, 1030 Old Town Road, Irmo, South Carolina. I'm not going to waste a full 3 minutes on, everybody knows where I stand with the overgrowth that this council is pushing. It's really personal to me. I wish y'all would calm down and spread the love in other parts of the town, but I'm more concerned about the safety and the strains it's putting on the public safety. I feel like it's being completely ignored. I feel bad for the police chief and the fire chief and all emergency services. But I hope that with all this overgrowth that y'all are more than aware of. I mean, it's no secret that y'all are aware of this and that y'all continuously ignore it. So I'm hoping that y'all have an immediate plan, not a plan 10 years down the road. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next up, Diane Harden.
Diana Harden, yes. Good evening. I'll make this short. Y'all really already know where I stand because I sent each of you an email. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Diana Harder. I'm at 2 Angela Dawn Court. I have an Irmo address, but it's in Ballantyne, Richland County. Been up there for 40 years. I like where I live. I like the way it's been all this time. And it's very hard for me to sit and see you guys talk about plans for a piece of land in Ballantyne that you don't even own. And I understand that someone has asked you to annex it. Well, there's 2 ways to answer that, yes and no. I also think that there are plenty of good reasons why no should be the right answer. It was also kind of disheartening for me to overhear a conversation in a local establishment when you, Mayor, and 2 of your buddies were talking, and you said, once we get this land on Highway 6, we'll just go ahead and take Ballantyne, and then it should be pretty easy. That didn't make me feel good about what's going on here at all. I'm trying to appeal to you as one of your neighbors. I am appealing that you would treat your neighbors in Ballantyne the way you would want to be treated and not the way you've been treating us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, Henry Martin.
Henry Martin, 124 Winding Road, as an Irmo address, but I'm not in Irmo. And I've been up here before, and again, I thank Doug for Poland for continuing to provide information on a regular basis. That's been awesome. I wish we could have some understanding, because I sent you an email on this subject property when it popped up in August. The sign was not properly up. It was down. It needs to be a bigger sign. I just throw that out there again. But I guess one of the things is I continually get the impression, as do a number of other people, that that you care about the people that elected you, that are people that are living in Irmo. And I'm reminded that the people that live down here in Irmo rarely come up to that Ballantyne mess we got going on now. That's going to be just ultra a problem when the railroad crossing goes down and Bickley and coming through that. So I'm just reminded that we come here to provide you input, and we feel like sometimes we don't get listened to. And as somebody else just said, it might be intentional. But there are ways to do this. When you take a property again that you said in 2006, when you took Waterwalk property from Richland, or annexed, not took, bad word, that we shouldn't be taking these things from Richland County when they say they don't want to do it the way the person wants to do it, and you give them the highest end zoning possible. This is, again, a property you don't have to take, and you don't have to take it at GC. You could make it such that at least we get to come back and determine what might go on that property before you vote for that property to go the way it's going to go down. Because it's in a very tight area, it's not going to have great access, and it's already tight in that spot, though. So, again, I plead for y'all to have mercy on us out there, and that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Anyone else? Come on down, give your name and address, please.
Yeah, I'm Joshua Taylor from 200 Charlie Cross Road. Our town's already been overdeveloped. We already have enough traffic out there as it is. And for those of us that are originally from here, we don't like that. We don't like that we're backed up in traffic. When you try to go out to Ballantyne, the traffic is backed up all the way at the Spinks out here. That's ridiculous. And that piece of property right there, there's already enough traffic on Dura Rolls Road. It's going to cause more problems. There's going to be more accidents, more traffic jams, and everything. So we don't need any more development in this town. We've had enough of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll close the agenda for the public hearing. And now we will call the meeting to order with our Pledge of Allegiance and invocation. Mike, would you like to do that for us?
Yeah. If you're able, please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you share, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for all of the things that you bring to us and that you keep us from. May you be with the council tonight and the audience as well as those that are not able to join us tonight as we go through this agenda and make what we believe are the best decisions for our town. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen.
Okay, folks, we've got a couple of special presentations to make here. So if you would, let's come on down the front. Okay, this is the fun part of the job. Every quarter, we present an award for the Employee of the Quarter, and this is for the Employee of the Quarter of the Town of Irmo for the third quarter, 2025. Is Troy Evans here? Here. Come on down, Troy.
Look at how sharp.
Clean up, nice man. Holy smoke. Come on in here.
Yes, sir.
Come on in here. All right. This is basically Troy Evans as the Employee of the Quarter in recognition of your outstanding contributions, dedication, and exceptional job performance. Your commitment to excellence and service to the town of Irmo is truly valued and appreciated. September 2025. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, next item up is something we've tried to do last month, but these guys were busy whipping some butt and winning baseball games and keeping everybody in the town of Irmo on the edge of their seats. Frankly, myself and Mrs. Danielson both flew out of our chairs during one of these games that these kids came back and played, and it was a true honor to watch how they represented this town. And we would like to congratulate our boys, 11 and 12-year-old baseball all-star team, and we're going to call you up here one at a time. And if you're not here, just tell me he's not here, and we'll move on. Some of you, most of you I recognize. You are our homegrown celebrities. I got a text from the conductor of the South Carolina Philharmonic the other night. He texted me because he loves baseball. He said, I'm at Segra Park, and your baseball team is signing autographs. I mean, that is the coolest thing, absolutely coolest thing. So, I'm going to call you up one at a time. Ethan Bennett, is he here? No? Okay. Andrew Bogan. Come on, Andrew. I know you're there. Congratulations. Stay right up here. Don't go anywhere. There you go. Brandon Gerard. Are you here? No. Nope, Brandon's not here. Jacob Gibson. You here? Nope, no Jacob. Joseph Gigliotti, I know you're here. Sutton Gravel, are you here? Nope. Jake McQuilkin, are you here? Nope. Brody Miller. There you go. Congratulations. Palmer Steele. Nope. Ryder Tillett. Nope. Preston Ware. Size of this kid. Hold on, don't go so far. This kid can turn a double play like I have never seen. Unbelievable. Congratulations, buddy. Brady Westbrooks, come on down. Congratulations. Despite your dad, you're a hell of a ball player. Okay, now the coaches. Dave Brogan.
Nope.
Nope. Where's Dad?
I don't know. Texas?
Coach Dad.
Good place. Mike Becksworth, come on down. Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, sir. Thank you. And Pat Gravel, you here? No, Pat. Okay, so, guys, I want you to come up here so they can take some pictures of you in here in front of us. Not you, you're too damn tall.
Stand in front of you.
I just want to say, we all know what these kids have done. And I want to also say that they represented this town like no other team I could imagine, other than the three others from Irmo Little League who have gone to their World Series titles and fought valiantly. They brought a lot to this town. They represented us well, and we just want to congratulate them and thank you very much for doing a good job. And good luck to all of you in your future baseball endeavors. We'll be following. You good?
No,
Okay.
thank you, well, most of all, thank you for Irmo, thank you for your support.
Thank you. Good to see you. Anybody here from the intermediate team? Any of the coaches? No? Okay, we'll do that another night. All right, what do we got next up here? We gotta go sit back up too. Yeah, let's go back up. We'll come back down in a bit. Okay, we're going to ask for an approval of the agenda at this point, please. Your motion?
I move that we approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Reading of the minutes from August 19th, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, thank you. The reading of the minutes for September 2nd, 2025, council workshop. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
Okay, having been appropriately motioned, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, thank you. Administrative briefing, this is under the report of standing, and this would be for our town administrator, Jim, if you would, please.
Mayor, members of council, we've had some small wins. We've had the fire hydrant replaced at 725 North World Tower. That's a big deal, small wins. We have one at Cape Flattery Court that's leaking that was reported to City of Columbia, so we'll be following up on that soon. We had our very own Mayor Pro Tem kick off our Loan a Mower program. We're really excited about that. So any town of Irmo citizen can come up here and check a lawnmower out or check a weed eater or blower out for 24 hours and cut their grass and return it free of charge. So we're hoping to get some use out of that. And then Tyler Sanitation is going to be changing their routes, their days for the routes. September 23rd and 24th, the mailers will go out. Tyler's will be doing that. The new route will start September 29th. The primary trash pickup will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They'll be notified which days those will be. Yard debris will be Monday and Tuesday. Recycles will be Thursday and Friday, alternating weeks. So we'll also post that on social media. We'll put that on our website with Tyler's mailers also. So we'll make sure our citizens are well aware. And that's all I have.
Any questions?
I do. There was, at some point, there was a calendar that was produced. I don't know if it's produced by us or if it's produced by Tyler's, but it shows the pickup days, kind of A week, B week, all of that kind of stuff. Do you know, is that being reproduced with the new schedule?
He is.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have that momentarily.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Okay. Okay. New in-town businesses. Councilor Coleman.
The Classy Cruet Olive Oils and Vinegars at 1085 Lake Murray Boulevard. Sumo Sushi and Hibachi at 1100 Dutch Fork Road. Three Little Birds Hair Salon at 8090 Irmo Drive. Welcome.
Next up is consideration of communications. If we'll all come down front, we've got a presentation. We're just jumping right up here. I didn't even call you.
Jen took her sling off. Don't hug her.
I thought y'all said come up front. Not quite.
Well, eager to get the award, obviously.
We got to get back and cook.
That's right. We're going to get back to work. Every month, we do a Business of the Month, and this month is presented to Tavern on Six in recognition of being the Small Business of the Month for the town of Irmo, September 2025. Congratulations. Thank you. I got it. Would you like to give us a few words?
No, we love Irmo. Actually, my biggest thing tonight was seeing these young kids over here on the baseball team. And they were on the TV every night, and we were so proud of them. But we love being in Irmo, and, you know, we're having a ball doing it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Counselor Dr. Waldman, you're up. Community Connections. School Showcase. Go ahead.
Yes, tonight's school showcase is Crossroads Intermediate School, and the presentation will be given by Dr. Erin Doty, the principal.
Good evening. Thank you all for having me. I have some slides. Okay, perfect. So I'm excited to be here tonight and tell you a little bit about Crossroads and where we are and where we're going, because we have big changes coming to our school. So that you'll see my first slide says transformation loading. We are in the process of changing from what we have been for the last, I think it's 25 years, which is a 6th grade only campus, to a traditional middle school where we're going to have 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. So starting next year in 26, 27, we will be Crossroads Middle School. And we are going to have a focus on innovation and a magnet program that I'm going to tell you a little bit about tonight, as well as a little bit about who we are now. So you can go to the next slide. At Crossroads, we like to say Crossroads Connects, because we have the privilege right now of having students that come to us from 10 elementary schools. And they come to us for 6th grade, and they spend a year with us, and we really focus on how to help them feel connected to each other, coming from so many different places, connected to our school, connected to what they're learning. And we have a time during our day called Rise Time, and some of these photos are from that. RISE stands for Respect, Integrity, Service, and Excellence, and that is a time where we focus on team building and goal setting and helping the kids get to know one another, as well as learn how to be organized and how to be successful in middle school. And we're excited to take what we've done with RISE and to take what we've done with Connection and extend it as our story grows. And you can go ahead and click to the next slide. And as we change from that structure that I told you about, where we have 10 feeder schools, that's what it looks like right now, to what it will look like in next year when we have less feeder schools. We will get students from H.E. Corley, Leap Hart, and Nursery Road, but they will stay with us for 3 years. So we're very excited about that. We're excited to continue those connections that we've built with our students and help prepare them not only for 7th and 8th grade, but for high school as well. And in doing that, go ahead and click to the next slide, we are going to be implementing some new things. One of those is we're going to have a new mascot. And you may have noticed we're going to have some new colors. We will be green and yellow because we will continue to feed to Dutch Fork High School and Irmo High School. So we've adopted those as our new colors starting next year. And we will be the innovators. And we're going to represent the innovators with a phoenix, because a phoenix represents change, it represents growth, it represents new beginnings like our students will be getting when they come to middle school. And phoenix is an animal that rises. And I've already told you that rise is something that is an important part of who we are at Crossroads. As a part of that, a new mascot and a new color, we were going to have a new magnet program. So on the next slide, you'll see this. Our magnet program is going to offer 2 components. Actually, if you'll click to the next one. Perfect. One that is school-wide, a school-wide approach where we're going to focus on design thinking and teaching kids how to think critically in all of their content areas, and then a specialized pathway where kids will be able to choose to come to our school, and they'll get to take some specialized courses in design thinking and in computer programming. We're developing a track for them that will have some specialized electives. We're going to build a makerspace. If you look at the next slide, it gets into some more details about that. And we're going to have some unique opportunities that we'll be the only ones in the district that have. So some really cool electives and opportunities for our kids. So we're very excited about the future. We're excited about what we're doing now, but we're also excited about the future and what's to come for Crossroads and for District 5. So thank you for having me. I'll answer questions if y'all have any. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, community connections. Councilor Dr. Barb.
Yes. The first item up is a community workshop at McGregor. This is a grief workshop, navigating grief of all kinds, on Thursday, September 25th. I'm looking for 6 p.m., again, at McGregor Presbyterian. And they're asking that you pre-register for this so they know how many people to expect. You can call the office there, or you can email them at the mcgregorpresm@gmail.com. And of course, hopefully everybody knows that the Okra Strut is coming up in just another 2 weekends. September 26th and 27th. This slide shows you some pictures from previous struts. Also, a new item that is going to be happening at this strut is the Irmo Bingo. This is a bingo card where you'll go to different businesses within the town and get a stamp for each one of the businesses on this card, then bring the card to the strut, and there'll be a drawing for prizes. This slide just shows you the entertainment for Friday night, the main stage at 7 p.m. The Root Doctors and then Cowboy Mouth will be playing. This is a free performance on Friday night. And then the other side of this slide shows you the schedule for the main stage entertainment on Saturday, September 27th. Swamp Fest is a student art contest being sponsored by the Friends of the Congaree Swamp and Serco. This is an art contest open to students in grades kindergarten through 8th grade. Entries are due by September 27th. The theme is Life in the Forest, Trees, Plants, and Animals in the Congaree National Park. Entries can be mailed or dropped off at the National Park. And if you want more information, you can email cong_information@nps.gov. ICRC is hosting several Halloween events during the month of October. This slide shows you several of them, beginning the first one, Night of Frights, is Friday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. at Saluda Shoals Park. And there are several other different types of Halloween events like Zumba, Halloween at the Park Trick-or-Treat Trail, Creepy Crawly Pathway Trick-or-Treat Trail, the Halloween at the Park Trick-or-Treat and Carnival, and then Halloween at the Bark on Saturday, October 25th. So there's several events going on sponsored by ICRC. And of course, our own Trunk or Treat event will take place on Friday, October 31st. If you're interested in participating as a trunk at the Trunk or Treat, you can register with the town. You can apply, and you know, it would be great to get more people hosting trunks at the Trunk or Treat. The Huntington Disease Society of America South Carolina chapter is hosting the Team Hope Walk, Run, Ride event on Sunday, October 12th at Moore Park. Hush No More is hosting a walk, roll, run against domestic violence on Saturday, October 18th from 9 a.m. to noon. This is also at Moore Park. There'll be a lot of entertainment here. This is a free event, and you can see there's several speakers, personalities going to be present at this event. So this is another local event. Snug Harbor Wildlife is hosting several create and learn activities co-hosted with Artistic Aspirations on Woodrow Street. There are 2 more left, one on October 18th, learn about possums, and one on November 8th to learn about raccoons from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and free crafts as long as you donate an item that's listed on this list here, things like paper towels, cleaning wipes, etc. On Friday, October 24th, the Irmo Town Limits is going to present Motown Night. This is Mooncat Daddy opening for Jackie's Boy. Tickets are available. Tickets are $15 per person. Kids 12 and under are free, and parking is free. This again is in Moore Park at the amphitheater. And as you heard earlier, there's a loan a mower program. We have mowers, blowers, and string trimmers that are available for loan for 24 hours to residents of the town of Irmo. The information for applying for one of these loaners is on the town website. And finally, just a little public service announcement to remind everybody that as of September 1st, the new statewide law has gone into effect. Heads up, phones down. You cannot use your cell phone while you're driving. This slide tells you some of the details of that. This applies to all drivers, regardless of whether you're an individual or driving a fleet truck or a ride share or any other vehicles. And again, this slide gives you the details, but just to remember not to be using your phone and distracted driving when you're driving. And that concludes the community connections.
Thank you. The heads-up driving is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in 3 lanes of traffic. I was in the middle, stopped at red lights. The other 2 were on their phones. Just want to say, it's, you know, which reminded me not to be on my phone.
It's just a warning.
Yeah, it's a warning, but at some point it's not a warning. All right. Okay, presentation by citizens on the agenda items only. No one signed up. Is there anyone who wants to say anything at this point? Okay, not having anybody there, we're going to go to item 11, unfinished business. Item A, second and final reading of ordinance 25-11 to annex 3 properties totaling approximately 18.92 acres into the town of Irmo, including 3532 Dreer Shoals Road, TMS R03303-03-03, R03303-03-04, and R03302-01-11, and to rezone said properties from HM Homestead, Richland County, and RT Residential Transition, Richland County, to CG General Commercial, Town of Irmo. This would annex the vacant properties southeast of the Walgreens at the corner of Dreer Shoals Road and Dutch Fork Road into the town limits. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, we will open for discussion. Dr. Waldman?
We've discussed this before. This annexation fits with the comprehensive land use plan that we have in place, as well as the zoning for it. Don't have anything else to add.
Okay. Councilman? Thank you. You seconded.
Okay. Well, I put a lot of thought into this. I've actually lost sleep trying to be judicial about this. I think it's crazy that there are people in Irmo who can't vote in Irmo. There's people who live in Columbia who can vote in Irmo.
the Irmo Walmart is in a place previously considered Ballantyne. For government to be an order-based system, it comes across very disorganized. I've been out to the Ballantyne community area. I've heard from everybody that I can. I don't see this property as something that I would naturally think is a good idea, but I'm not up here based on what I think or what I feel. I took an oath to honor the responsibilities and the position that I'm in. And the people have a right to sell the land. They have a right to, someone has a right to purchase it and develop it. It's in our comprehensive plan. What's missing is consent from the greater community. I've spoken with our council seat. He has been working on an overlay plan for the entire area. We do have a comprehensive plan. What I would like to see is a conversation about an ARB that would help us work through quality and not just quantity. We need support and we need buy-in from everybody in the area, not just the people in town, but at the end of the day, we have to make a decision based on the people who put us in office. And so I'm happy to support this because it is in the comprehensive land use. They're coming to us. We're not annexing someone against their will. So for that reason, I'm in.
Councilman Penfield and I covered some of the topics that we've talked about as well. As you well know, I voted no the last time, and it was more a statement about the process that we followed, because we just heard there are citizens who feel like they weren't heard. It went straight in from the commission into a vote, which I was and still am opposed to. But I did have time to hear more about the history of the property, maybe some of the struggles of trying to get it sold in previous years. It wasn't, like I told the person I was speaking with, you know, my first thoughts were, well, you know, somebody within the past 2 years now wants to sell this land and make a profit, when really the history of trying to sell this land or develop it for, in the way the owners want to, you know, maximize their benefit from it, has been an ongoing, maybe decades-long process. Also, I did learn that they're quite elderly, you know, and who am I to stop someone? I would hate if somebody told me I couldn't do something to pass on a legacy to my family to the best of my ability, and might not live to see the next cycle to do so. So I took that into consideration. I did, maybe to his chagrin, take Doug through his paces in an open workshop so citizens could hear some of other processes that would be in play. It's not like the land would be annexed and then I'm hoping, you know, bulldozers are at work, you know, 10 days later. I don't think it'll happen that quickly. And I'm putting my faith in the town's guidelines about development that are here now, that will really take into consideration the concerns of the citizens who, you know, don't want their peace disturbed. But as we all know, as time goes on, our peace gets disturbed a little bit by development, because, you know, people who have a huge tracts of land, they're not going to all build, you know, homestead houses on them. I will, you know, to the council, I will take up some proposals about maybe how we can change this process a little bit more, to have more input before we make final decisions or send to planning, but that's for another day. And also, I just want to point out to the council, yes, we have a comprehensive plan. That's what it is. It's a plan. It is not a dictate to how we actually have to happen. It's just guidelines for us. And we need to keep that into consideration, especially when the plan is maybe only, you know, modified or thought about every so many years. And as we know, a lot of stuff happens in even 5 years that might call us to look at our plan. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Councilman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wanted to start off as the newest member of council. At the last meeting, I actually misspoke, and when I was in my debate portion of it, I made a statement that I wasn't sure why we were annexing and rezoning at the same time. The positive side of that is that threw me into a pretty significant whirlwind of come here and learn some new things. And so I worked with Doug and Jim, members of council, county council, a lot of documentation that we have, a lot of MASC resources to learn about not just annexation, but also zoning. And to Councilwoman Coleman's point, you know, we do have our Vision 2035 plan. And that plan, in my opinion, is the plan that we follow until we find that it's flawed, until we find that the area or the opinions have changed so significantly that we need to reevaluate that plan and change it. I was pretty impressed with the fact that the plan noted that 37% of the respondents were in town of Irmo. However, there was 25% that were in Richland County near Irmo, but they weren't town of, and 38% of Lexington County residents that were near Irmo but not town of. And so while I wasn't a part of the Vision 2035 creation process, other than filling out my survey that I filled out, I feel pretty confident in the document. It lays out a pretty clear border of where the boundaries will become so that we don't keep just creeping and creating a disfigured town of Irmo. We have some sort of contiguous form and we have some clear boundaries. So I just wanted to note that being the new guy has been very helpful with this annexation and rezoning because I got to learn a lot about the process that I think that a lot of people aren't afforded. So, thank you.
As we continue to take properties in over the course of time, it always seems like we should have some additional layer of input, whether it be an ARB or an overlay. The people in that area are receiving a Murphy gas station. So the idea that we can just stave off growth is not working. We need to work together with the county level people, the community level people, to come to some type of agreement. Is there anything that we can do at this point to influence what happens on that property? Okay. All right, that's all I have.
I'd just like to add one more comment that since I've been on council, we have been pretty routinely refining the ordinances, the zoning controls or regulations based on input from the community and also to help, regulate the quality of what is being developed in different areas. So the council has been very aware of changes, and as we see things that need to be changed in our ordinances, we've been doing that. So I'm confident that as whatever develops in this property, that our ordinances will have enough oversight and control for that development, that it won't be just clear-cut cement and be done with it.
Okay. I have quite a few things to say, but I will keep most of them close to the vest. We talk about the electorate, constituents. We talk about Ballantyne. We talk about what we can and can't do. And further down in this agenda is a program that's going to help us grow the town of Irmo. I personally was elected mayor on a pro-growth strategy. It was all about growth. And the folks elected me to this position for that. Now, that doesn't mean willy-nilly we just go anywhere and everywhere. Contrary to comments that were attributed to me, totally out of context, by the way, while I was having lunch in Matthias with some friends. So we don't want Ballantine. We don't want to take over Ballantine. That is not the goal. The goal is smart, follow our plan, our 2035 vision plan, and rein in what can be done. And we've done that. Councilman Penfield mentions an ARB, and we literally have our own in-house ARB from commercial development, right? There's no more metal buildings. There's no more willy-nilly throwing crap up and seeing some of this ugliness that we're seeing out there that is just not attractive. So we've tightened that up, and we're going to continue to tighten those things up. This is a fluid body. Right? The one thing we have shown is that we can take on things day after day that may be improvements from what we'd taken on a month or two prior. Right? These are ordinances and plans that are fluid, and we can do that. If anyone accuses us of not doing our homework, I hope some of the comments tonight would put that to bed, because clearly Councilman Penfield has been struggling with this for days on end. Councilwoman Coleman, same thing, to the point where she did her research, she talked to the folks, and there are other things at play. And we're not going to regurgitate all of those, but the reality is this town is not the town of Irmo that I moved to in 1987. Right? It just is not. I was unhappy when Lake Murray became Lake Murray Boulevard and widened the road, right in front of where I lived at the time. It was a two-lane street, Newberry Avenue, right? And I don't go that far back. I only go back 38 years or whatever it is. So, yeah, we do have congestion, we do have traffic issues, and we're going to have more. We're going to have, with the widening of Broad River Road, it's going to create issues, but it's going to, in the long run, make that much more palatable, right? We can actually improve things. And there's a gentleman back there shaking his head, no, I don't know the answer to that, but we got to widen it. These folks want to widen it, we got to widen it. The reality is we are not that sleepy little suburb anymore, right? We got a lot of things going on. We got a top-notch education system. We got a top-notch police force. We got a top-notch administrator. We have top-notch public works folks. We have a top-notch legal team that we work with. There are a lot of things going on in this town, some that we all love and some that we all don't love. And we're trying to fix them one thing at a time. But I think the vision of the folks on the Ballantine side is not the same as the vision that we have for the town of Irmo, and I wish we could fix that. But saying no to everything that happens is not the way to fix that. So that being said, Lisa, I would like to call the roll, please.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Thank you, folks. We're going to move on to the second and final reading of Ordinance 25-12 to amend Chapter 22 of the Irmo Municipal Ordinance, Offenses and Miscellaneous Provisions, to add Section 2272, Hate Intimidation, brought by Councilwoman Coleman. This will make hate intimidation illegal in the town of Irmo. I will accept the motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm going to let Councilwoman Coleman have the floor, but here is an exact example of what I just referred to, right? The fluidness, the changing. The state won't adopt this, Richland County just did. I think there's only 16 municipalities in the state that have adopted this. So we're on the leading cutting edge there. So, Counselor?
Well, I think events in recent weeks prove that we need to show that Irmo won't even remotely tolerate acting out against someone because you don't believe in what they believe or, think they should exist, et cetera, et cetera. I'm happy that we're voting and hopefully successfully today, especially because this morning we honored an Irmo son, if you will, the Honorable Harold Bulwell, who was basically our version of Thurgood Marshall, who championed this type of legislation when it was truly needed and when hate was just blowing up, as they say. And so I don't want us to ever go back to those times. I don't want anybody to ever be unhappy because simply somebody else thinks they shouldn't exist. And I said all the other stuff in our last meeting, so I won't go through that again. But I'm very happy that this council sees my vision, if you will, because I want Irmo to be a great place to live, and I don't want anybody to worry about going outside or walking through a particular neighborhood or et cetera, et cetera. So, thank you.
Anyone else? I think we've, okay. Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Thank you all. Now we're going to move on to new business. First reading of ordinance 25-13 to create an economic development grant program for the recruiting, retention, and annexation of new businesses into the town limits of Irmo. It's brought to us by the staff, half the staff. This ordinance also permits the code compliance inspector to issue municipal summons to businesses that are in violation of the business license ordinance. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, we'll open for discussion, and I will ask our town administrator to introduce this for us.
You know, the town of Irmo was built on small businesses, and small businesses are an intricate part of us, and any town ordinance or municipality, and of course the towns, are based off their small businesses. And this is just like an economic grant to help them get off the ground. It's a grant, they apply for it every year. And if you look at the ordinance the way it was written, so if it's a brick and mortar, under 10 employees, they open up a new business in the town of Irmo, they don't have to pay a business license for 3 years, 100% grant. And after that, years 3 and 4, or 4 and 5, will be a 50%, and then after that, it'll be adjusted accordingly. But that helps you get off the ground. And you know, my pop owned 3 different car lots in the town of Irmo while I was growing up. So he always used to say he had to go pay his business license when it came to the time. And I'm sure if we'd afforded that opportunity, he would have taken full advantage of that, especially being in the car business. But I'd like to see this come through to help out the small businesses in Irmo, and also for the home businesses, as far as like home headquartered business. If they make under or over 75 million, of course, on the ordinance, then they would also be a little bit of relief too. So to bring in those home headquarters here. So.
Questions, comments? Nothing to my right. How about over here? Sure.
Yeah, I would like to add Diesel Laptops as an example, is a $75 million company. So we have to find a way to make it overwhelmingly attractive for a business that's addressed in Irmo, that's not in Irmo proper, to want to come into Irmo. So I think this accommodates that, as well as other businesses that might not be on that same scale.
Good partnerships.
Okay, Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson.
Yes. Thank you all. Next item up, first reading of ordinance 2514 to regulate vegetation, including vines and shrubbery on residential and commercial properties, to protect public safety, property maintenance, and community appearance, brought by the staff. This ordinance would limit the size and coverage of vines and bushes with respect to adjacent structures, as well as allow the code compliance inspector to issue municipal summons to property owners who fail to abate a nuisance. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, I'll open for discussion. Councilor Waldman?
Yes, this ordinance basically prevents properties from becoming very dilapidated in terms of vegetation overgrowth. There are some properties that I've seen where you can't see the front door, you can't see the windows, and it's a public safety problem because then our police and fire can't even enter that building. And so this ordinance is to help prevent problems due to that. This isn't a way of trying to control the details of someone's residential landscaping. You know, it's not telling you exactly how you can trim your bushes or where you can plant bushes, but this is for items that are major and a public safety issue.
So I came to a meeting maybe in 2018 or 19 and accused the then council of making laws that were what I thought rules for an HOA. And when I first heard about this, that was the first thought in my head was, oh no, not another HOA rule. However, again, playing the new guy card, I've done a lot of research into this. The town of Irmo has a pretty thorough process to try to fix issues when it comes to overgrowth of vegetation. Obviously, we hope you would be neighborly enough to go knock on your neighbor's door, talk to your neighbor, ask them to cut things back and take care of it themselves. If they don't do that, we have a process where we have a code enforcement officer that gets involved, all the way up to the point where it could end up in court with a judge that's ordering you to take care of your property for public safety, for your neighbors, and ultimately being a good neighbor. When we went through the workshop with this, that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure is if you read the actual ordinance, it's worded pretty clearly. This is for nuisances. This is not for, like Councilwoman Waldman said, like, this isn't because I don't like the vines that are growing on your trellis or you planted a bush that blooms pink in the spring and I hate pink. This is specifically being put in place to handle those nuisance situations, which thank goodness we don't have a lot of, but unfortunately we do need to handle the handful that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Councilman Penfield, anything?
No, with an ad.
Anything over here? Okay, with that, Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Next up, approval of Resolution 25-09 to approve expenditures of revenues generated from the accommodations tax brought to us by the staff. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, I would turn to staff to tell us exactly where we are on this.
Mayor, members of council, staff recommends that council approve the accommodations tax committee recommendations to the staff and to council. A total of $88,302.21.
Comments?
this not something that could have gone through a workshop?
No, we have to approve it.
Okay.
And it's a committee recommendation. So I've always been where I may not personally agree with all of these dollar amounts. I don't think any of us would agree on every little dime. You know, I have always been a solid backer of not throwing our committees under the bus, right? I mean, we have a good committee that does this, and so I would recommend, and thus staff recommends that they did their research. So, Lisa, with that, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Thank you. Item D, approval of a contract with MPA Strategies for public relations, media relations, public information officer services, and general communications consulting services. Again, brought by the staff, so I would defer to our town administrator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Jim?
Staff recommends that council approve the contract with MPA Strategies for the next annual year. This is to provide staff and the town of Irmo and the police department with public information officer assistance, also provide assistance with events. It's most of a part-time position that we would consider with no benefits as such to assist with all the stuff that we have going on, especially with Miss Danielle over there. She's doing a great job.
Thank you. Comments? No?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that the fee within the compensation clause of the contract was a flat fee, whether there's one thing to do this month or 50 things to do this month. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Okay.
We plan on having 50 things to do.
Okay. That brings up my second consideration. When I read through the contract, and I understand in a situation like this, there might not be a list of deliverables, but I'm going to request if we could add it to the contract, if it gets approved, that by the time it comes to us in June of next year or May of next year, when I presume council will be asked to renew this contract, could we have a list of deliverables that this organization provided to us so that we can have something to measure?
What I think staff's going to recommend is MPA Strategies do a presentation to council of what they've done over the last year.
That would be fine. Thank you.
Okay. All good? Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Okay. Item 12, new business E, approval of a contract with Watershed Consulting Group to develop and execute an annexation plan in accordance with the town's comprehensive and strategic plans. Brought to us from the staff. Jim?
Mayor, members of council, staff is requesting we postpone to a definite time. We postpone this item to a definite time.
Okay. All right. We'll postpone.
And that's all staff has. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next item up,
Mr. Mayor.
presentation by citizens.
Mr. Mayor, before we proceed, the council will need to act on that request to postpone to a definite time.
All right.
So we'll need, someone will need to make a motion to be seconded based upon the staff recommendation.
Okay, a motion from the staff recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Will. I knew he was here for something.
Put him to work.
Oh, he's back again.
And Mr. Mayor, if it's being postponed to a definite time, I would assume that would be the next council meeting where a vote could be taken, but we should probably specify that on the record as well. The definite time that it would be postponed to would be the next council meeting where a vote could be taken.
Right, then we just make a motion for that?
Well, we didn't specify the
Do
definite
you want another
time.
motion?
I would ask the court to, the council to amend the previous motion to state the definite time at which it will be considered.
Yes,
Be
so
the next.
Anything else we need to amend before we get on the road?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Good. All right, so I'll take a motion to amend.
yeah, I'll move to amend to move item E to the October council meeting.
Require a second.
I'm getting there, boss. Did somebody second?
Second.
Gabriel
Penfield.
seconded. No, we got one. We got one, thank you.
So we vote.
Okay. I think at this point, Lisa, I want you to call the roll on this, please.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Danielson?
Yes. Good. Okay, next up is presentation of by citizens. This is anything that you would like to present to us. And again, we would expect civility. And this is not a question and answer period. It is you to make a presentation to us. And I would call on Dawn Halterwanger to step up, but she already has. So you've got the floor, ma'am.
All right, this is about updates on Water Walk. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Dawn Haltwanger. I live at 23 Muskrat Run. I have been very vocal from the beginning about my concerns with my property and the adjacent lot next to me that belongs to Water Walk. On that side, I do not have any natural buffers like wetlands. I attended council's workshop meeting on September 2nd to hear updates from the developers of Water Walk. Needless to say, I am appalled by the setup of the developers presented to the council. But this lot adjacent to me has a severe slope.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Could you move over, speak a little bit?
It won't stay put. It won't stay put. Okay. Hold on, I gotta find my spot now.
I'm sorry.
It was on a down
Severe slope, okay. I hate public speaking. Severe slope that if you stand at Muskrat Run, you can clearly see my property and house are downhill from this lot. I already have stormwater runoff from damage from this property, and with hard rain, floods my front yard and my next door neighbor's property. I absolutely do not trust these developers to establish an adequate way to control what will now be wastewater runoff. Last time Water Walk was addressed for the public, I had a council member actually come and walk the property and saw my concerns. Now this adjacent lot will contain duplexes and a fire station as well. So that first time I asked for a 50-foot border and a 6 to 8 foot high fence to maintain my privacy, as this lot will be built up to build anything. Now I'm requesting that again. When I was told I was going to have a fire station, which is donated to Irmo Fire, I was told that the town of Irmo would work with me with a buffer for my privacy and noise. I am requesting this as well. I do stay in touch with Mr. Pullen pretty much monthly basis for updates. With all of this on Muskrat Run, we are very concerned with the amount of duplexes, and most of them run down Muskrat Run. What was presented to council for approval for Water Walk, RD3, was supposed to be townhouses. At this point, we are questioning where are the rentals. Originally, they were on this property where the village is, and the people who buy duplexes generally rent them out. So this puts our entire street with rentals. There has to be some way to break this up. Residents are concerned about all these duplexes and the decrease of the property values. The developers still are using an outdated map because we do have 2 new residents on Muskrat Run. We have Chris Black, who is at 33 Muskrat Run, Miss Mary Tanner's daughter, who is building next door to him. So there are 2 driveways there, and they do not want an entrance across from their driveways. Also with that, putting that driveway, with that entrance further down the road, that means that all of the road will have to be widened. So all of our utilities will be buried under pavement, pretty much. Have to be a widening of the road. Once outside, my biggest concern with the widening of the road, okay? I built my house when blue granite was at max, so I had to have a septic system. My land did not perk, so I had to have an engineered septic system. My concern is my drain field from my engineered septic system. This area where my finger drains is 30 feet from the other side of the pavement. This is a rural road, a paved rural road. It is about 5 to 7 feet from my side with a couple of trees and brush. I cannot plant anything on this area except grass. This system cost me over $30,000 to design and install. I cannot have any damage to it because of the possibility of increased traffic that the second entrance would bring. If this occurs, I'm asking for a fence to try and protect my drain fields. This new design is horrific. I invite and I encourage council, come see me. Come see this slope I'm talking about. I'm home, I work weekends at Lexington Hospital. I'm home Monday through Friday. I'm glad to walk over my plot. I'm glad to walk you over the plot that's next to me so you guys can see my concerns. The council member that I did have, granted, is no longer with us. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Oh, one question, and this is probably to you guys. When the lots that have been set for water walk, if a tree falls down, like we had a tree fall down a couple of months ago that blocked the road that was on that lot, who was responsible for coming and cutting the trees and doing that when they fall across the road? Because one of my neighbors down the road came and did it himself, and that was clearly on their lot. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Anyone else? Nicole Sanchez, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Hi there. I am Nicole Sanchez, and I speak to you today as a member of the League of Women Voters. As many of you know, there is an election coming up in November, and one of the League's key resources that it provides is Vote 411. You can access this by going to vote411.org. And it's a resource in which candidates provide their responses, and voters can see who is on their ballot. So I encourage, everyone in the room that is a candidate to fill out your Vote 411 survey. And for all the voters in the room, please visit vote411.org, where you can see these candidate responses and learn more about the candidates and their positions. Thank you.
Thank you. No one else has signed up. Does anybody else like to speak? Mr. Rayner?
Okay, yeah, Adam Rayner again. We got 2 minutes, is that what it is? Three? Okay, so I got 3 things to cover. One is interesting, Ms. Dawn's got some problems with this Amtrak of a development that town of Irmo has moved in. It's also interesting that Mr. Henry brought up another sign issue that I made clear during my lawsuit with the town of Irmo during the planning commission. I don't know what it is, but y'all getting y'all signs up, but that's a problem. And I'm telling you again, I'm gonna look into it. So the reason I'm actually up here is it's interesting that the public safety issue came up with the overgrown plants and vegetation, which public safety doesn't seem to be an issue with the overpopulation of these developments that y'all are approving. I mean, I don't know what's important, but I feel like I feel like it's leaning hard one way and we're going the wrong way with it. Which is going back to your statement, Mr. Mayor, is fix one thing at a time. Well, you're going the wrong way, and that completely disturbs me. Also, what y'all talked about is this Vision 2035 plan. There's another issue with that. It is already flawed. It needs to be adjusted already. I'm pretty sure, I tried to bring it up before I came up, but I'm pretty sure it did not cover an overgrown area already that put in another overgrown development, that put in another development down the road of that same size development in this already cluster of an area. I'm pretty sure it's not in there, but I'm gonna look at it when I get home, just so I can be here next month to talk about it. But it's already flawed, so that needs to be fixed. These solutions, this pledge on the wall, is respecting others' viewpoints and finding solutions to better the town. There's a lot of viewpoints in here, and I don't think the town of Irmo is entertaining them. That just needs to come off the wall. But I'm done, thank you.
No matter what y'all say with y'all's pro-growth talk, the overdevelopment is going to cause issues. This area does not have enough room to take on all this traffic and all these new people moving in and all these businesses y'all want to build up. Y'all want to tear everything down and make this over-congested. There's going to be problems no matter what. And I haven't come across anybody that's from originally here or anybody that's moved in. Everybody doesn't like the traffic. They don't like the overdevelopment.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, seeing none, we will move on to discussion. Anything for discussion? Good. The executive session would come up next, where town council may act on items discussed in the executive session after returning from the executive session. We have no reason to go into executive session, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.